I've scaled my e-commerce business to over £1.5 million in revenue, and one of my clients just hit 100k a month. However, most e-commerce founders will fail due to this AI revolution. So today, I'm going to show you the 4 ways that AI will either destroy or scale your e-commerce business to make sure you're on the right side. And the stats around this are crazy. So this is something I couldn't believe when I first came across it. But there are now 117,000 solo businesses that are hitting over £1 million a year in annual revenue. And that wouldn't have been possible a few years ago. But now with AI and the way that we can systemize and automate our businesses, you don't need to have big teams anymore. And people are aware of this. There's been a huge shift recently. 44% of companies say that they've replaced workers with AI systems in 2024. And as many as 72% of businesses are saying that they've already implemented AI in their daily operations. So it's here to stay, and it's having a huge impact. And so we need to embrace this to make sure we're not destroyed by it. Because I know for sure that AI is not neutral, and I'll demonstrate this as I go through the video today. It will either scale your business or destroy it. So you need to decide which way you want it to go based on how you adopt AI. Now, let's just put this into perspective, how an old world versus a new world, before I go into these 4 ways, because we need to understand how things have changed. Firstly, in the old world of e-commerce, there would be large physical warehouses that we'd have to attend, and there'd be big teams that would handle all different operations, and they'd be bloated because you'd need so many people in a team to complete actions now that we can automate. There'd be massive overhead costs to oversee these large teams that we have in place. And so the founder would often end up working 80 hours a week because they're overseeing all of these people, and there'd still be manual processes everywhere. The new world that we live in now, and the way that I've adopted how to enter e-commerce in a way that isn't going to be bloated and is in line with the way that the world is working, is that I've got a Shopify store and I act as a drop shipping partner. So with AI tools and 1 to 3 virtual assistants, I can scale my business to 7 figures, as I've talked about before. And my software stack is less than £100 a month. And it can be, unless you add on additional extras, you can keep it right down to an absolute minimum. And that means, as a founder, I can work less than 15 hours a week on that business because I've got automated systems and SOPs. So SOPs that look like this in my Google Drive, and I implement that into my business and to other businesses. I implement VAs to handle those SOPs, and that's what leads to these big results that I've seen for myself and other business owners as well. So let's dive in now to the 4 ways that AI will either destroy or scale your business. The first way is customer service. So this is how AI will destroy you. So other companies, as we've spoken about before, are going to implement AI to handle customer service. And what that means is that customers will start to get faster, more accurate responses at all hours of the day. And so their expectations will rise because that's what they're getting from every other company. And so the expectations of your company will be the same. So if you can't embrace AI to do this, you'll be the one that's stuck in inbox hell with demanding customers. You'll still be doing manual replies. You won't be documenting or systemizing anything, so you'll have to do everything for the first time every single time. And your customer satisfaction will decline, which leads eventually to poor reputation, lower sales, etc., etc. Now, on the flip side, how AI can actually scale your business and how this can be a massive opportunity for you for customer service is you can do as I've done, which is embrace chatbots that now handle 80% of my customer service inquiries, and then my VA team, my virtual assistants, will only manage the exceptions. That means we've now got 24/7 response capability at any time of day that customers want to get in touch. We'll give them fast, accurate responses thanks to chatbots. And we've got a consistent brand voice. And the stats say that 92% of AI adopters report a positive return on investment when they've invested in chatbots and voice agents. So that's what I've done. I've got a voice agent now, not just a chatbot, but a voice agent which is through Vappy that takes my customer phone calls at all hours of the day. And if you want me to show you how to do that, send me a message on Instagram, and there's a video I can send you a link to for how to set that up. Okay, on to the second way that AI will destroy or scale you is through your operations and fulfillment for your e-com business. So firstly, AI will destroy you, again, because of the expectations that are going to be risen based on what other companies are doing. So because companies can now use very smart AI technology, their deliveries are going to be seamless, fast, and a lot less human error involved, if any, if they've automated properly. And that means if you don't embrace it, customers are going to expect this from you, and you're still going to be stuck with spreadsheets, trying to keep up with notes, lost orders because you haven't got it systemized, and so that leads to customer complaints. And you as the founder are still the bottleneck for decisions, and you'll start to see your business plateauing. On the other hand, AI will scale you in terms of operations and fulfillment if you embrace AI-powered dashboards and analytics. So I use AI now to look at my order details, look at our fulfillment process, give me analytics about how we're performing, and then I can use that better data to make more informed decisions. SOPs will then drive the VA operations to fulfill orders when we need a person involved. We can then integrate automated inventory management systems if you've got suppliers that you work with that allow you to use AI for that. And that means you as the founder will only have insight and only have oversight when it's absolutely necessary for exceptions. So super exciting. So what we're looking at now in my business is to embrace systemizing and embrace AI, is that we have AI integrated systems that we use, where AI is involved in lots of the systems that we use. We keep all these details in the Google Drive of my business, all the businesses that I'm working with, and suddenly we've got an SOP library for VAs to handle, and it automates the business in that it's either done by a virtual assistant or done by AI, so you only oversight on the exceptions, and your business will scale from there. So super exciting, but only if you embrace it in the right way. Okay, way number 3 now is through marketing and content. The old approach for marketing and content pre-AI was that founders would be wasting 10 hours a week writing the copy on your website, writing emails and social posts. Now, with AI, you can get AI to generate the content, whether that's the framework, whether that's the hooks, or whether it's just the full drafts, and that can be done in seconds. So what we've done now with socials, blogs, emails, even website copy, we've trained ChatGPT, we've trained certain chats to know and have complete knowledge about our brand, so it knows how to speak to them. And then I just have virtual assistants who will operate these AI systems to make sure that we're creating high quality marketing content, but it's got a human touch as well as using AI as well. Now, I wanted to bring in a case study, not just from my businesses or my clients, but a case study that's been famous and talked about recently in the news, and I came across it and wanted to share it now. A direct-to-consumer skincare brand have automated 90% of their content calendar using AI, plus just one VA, which means they've now freed the founder completely to focus on product development. And because of that extra focus, and because they've got a system that does their content in a scheduled, systematic, and high-quality way, the result has been a 47% increase in conversion rate with more authentic messaging as well. So unlock your potential by embracing AI, not just for the systems, but also for marketing as well. Now, finally, the 4th way is, in my opinion, the most important way. If we embrace AI, the way that you spend your time as a founder and the decisions that you make are going to be massively improved. And you'll go from working in the business to working on the business. So the first way, working in the business, this is if you don't embrace AI, this is how it can destroy your business, is that you'll be constantly the one that's firefighting and reacting to tasks every day. You'll then suffer from decision fatigue, and I had this early on before AI came around, and I was making so many decisions, I was so much the bottleneck of the business that my business started to plateau because I couldn't keep making good, high quality decisions. And what I've seen in other founders as well is if you feel burnt out, you'll lose motivation for growing that business, and you'll actually be the one that pulls the plug on the business itself, and you'll hold it back. So it's super important that you don't allow yourself to lose that motivation and enjoy the process. So AI is a great way to do this. So with AI, you can shift, as I say, to working on the business instead, which means you as the founder are only making strategic decisions. You then have the freedom to focus on growth, and your VAs will cut operating costs up to 78%. That's based on a study recently where people have hired VAs rather than hiring employees in their business. Remember that the most valuable asset in your business is not your product. It's not what you sell, your website, your ad campaign. Ultimately, it's your attention as the founder, and how much focus you can put into the most important tasks is going to determine how successful your business is. I learnt this. This is why now I only work on my business on the most important tasks. I can do that from anywhere in the world, so I love doing that. I love spending time with the people that I love around me, and it means I'm in a great position to keep scaling my business because I'm enjoying the process, and I'm only focused on the most important tasks for growing my Ecom brand and the brands of my founders as well. So, as I remind you now, AI is not neutral. There will be winners and there will be losers with this game. If you're going to be a loser, then you're going to end up doing everything manually. You're going to ignore these AI tools and capabilities that are out there, and you'll continue spending 80% of your time on the £10 an hour tasks. However, you can choose today to be a winner in this AI revolution, and you'll start leveraging AI for the routine tasks. You'll start using the data that AI can give you for high quality decision making, and more importantly, you'll spend 80% of your time on £1,000 an hour tasks rather than £10 an hour tasks. And just think about where you'll be as a business owner in just a few weeks' time, a few months' time, if you do that. So I'll leave you with this question. Which side will you be on? Are you going to choose to be destroyed by AI or choose to scale with AI using those 4 ways that I've described today? The choice is yours, but time is running out. You'll be left behind if you don't take action. So check out the resources in the description, as I think they'll be useful for you if you want to implement this straight away. And I hope you've enjoyed the video today. With that said, I'll catch you in the next video.